All right, guys, I want to talk to you about sales for a quick minute here. Usually when you hear sales, you get this icky feeling and like, oh man, like I don't want to sell anybody. People should just buy my thing. And yet you watch as other people who are maybe less intelligent than you achieve better results. And let's get that to stop happening to you. So first up, you have to understand, no matter what you're doing, you're always selling yourself. If you're showing up to a coffee shop and you kind of have stains on your shirt and stuff like that, like you're selling yourself as somebody who maybe is not that well put together, right? Likewise, if you're taking the time to really make yourself look professional and excited, whether you're showing up to a board meeting or a Zoom call, like whatever the case, take the time so that you show up for yourself and sell yourself in a way that makes sense, because the number one person you have to sell yourself to is yourself, right? I think a lot of people wake up in the morning and they say, oh, I don't really want to be successful that bad. And so they never actually do anything that they need to do to be successful, but then they hold resentment against other successful people who actually did the thing that they were not really willing to admit to themselves that they were willing to do to be successful, because they just had a limiting belief that they don't really need it in the first place. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully you're tracking with me on that. So first you sell yourself and say, hey, I could build a great vision. Yeah, I got this. I got that. And then life gives you some other feedback. Life says, hey, you're not ready. Hey, you're not prepared. You messed up. Go again. Okay, it's going to throw all of that at you and more. You got to be prepared for that, right? But then you got to go out and you got to sell other people on your end. And that's way more difficult, because other people are skeptical, and they should be. How many times you pay for a program or a service and have been like, oh man, there's no fulfillment. This is terrible. Been underserved. How many times does that happen? Gone to a restaurant and the food was, could have been better, right? We've all had that experience. That's the worst experience. I think everybody here has at least a couple brands that like they would never do business with again, right? And that's a shame. Those brands had the opportunity to make a fantastic impact on you, but they didn't. So when it comes to selling, there's a lot of different ways to approach this. Now, I want you to understand there's the basics, okay? There's the solve the problem for the customer, okay? That's a given. Like if your product doesn't solve the problem for the customer, like don't sell. The second layer is objection handling. So I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't trust you. Not right now. There's a long list of these objections. We're not going to be covering that in this video. That's going to be for a different video. If you're excited about the objection handling video, let me know down below so that I can post that. This is going to be about more advanced human desires, things that most salespeople don't even think about, things that most companies don't even think about, and marketing teams don't think about. And this is going to give you a high-level foundation to be able to apply new ideas in your marketing that other people aren't thinking of. Because I don't know if you feel this way, but it seems like everybody's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. It's getting kind of annoying. I'm not really about that. So the first desire, okay, we're going to talk about desire. The first desire that people have is to be attracted, to like themselves. Not just attractive to other people so that they can have more mating opportunities. I think that's a given, but to be more attractive in the way that they view themselves. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing worse than looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, I don't like the way that. And it takes a lot of mental frameworks and mental work to really understand, hey, you know what? I do like myself. I do like the way I look. I am attracted not just physically to the way that I've composed myself, but also to the core internal principles as well. And again, when you're talking about sales, you're having a conversation with somebody, this is something that you can utilize to your advantage, is their desire to perceive themselves in a positive light and their desire to be perceived in a positive light by members of whatever mating group they happen to be a part of. That's the first one. The second one is approval, is having an opinion or being recognized, because as humans, our population count keeps going up. And so the sense of identity gets lost more and more and more. Am I really that important? What if I don't belong on the planet? I had a really good friend who felt like he didn't belong on the planet. That's a really heavy thing. That idea of approval and acceptance of belonging to a group, something you can absolutely utilize within your sales psychology if you're smart about it, if your program is good, if your product is good. The third is respect. It's amazing how far you can get in life with just two simple phrases. Thank you, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna say that one more time so it really sinks in for you. This is a great mantra for life. You can get almost anywhere you want to in life with just these two phrases. Thank you, and I'm sorry. And very often your ability or inability to say those things with open heart are going to define the quality of your work relationships, of your relationships within your personal life, and your ability to accept yourself and the journey that you've been on so far, and to be able to respect others as well. It's a key, core, fundamental human need. The fourth is freedom. Again, we're going deep here. This is taking sales to a level that is unique, it's new, it's more comprehensive. If you have a product or service, how does this help you get more freedom in your day? What can we do to free up 2 hours of your day? What would you do with 2 hours of your day? Okay. So when you're positioning your product or service, first, obviously, it has to actually do that thing. But now it's much more than just, oh, we're going to help you make money, or we're going to help you solve a particular problem. We're going to help you solve that problem. And we're also going to give you a higher degree of freedom in your life. The fifth is protection. We've all had this inherent sense that we somehow are not safe in the future. I think the human condition where it is now, where we are moving, there's a sense of anxiety. And because of that, whether that's financial anxiety or anxiety around health or anxiety around uncertainty, that inherent desire to seek protection and safety is a fundamental core human need that we've had ever since our first days of walking on this planet. The desire to not be eaten by a tiger. Because if you get eaten by a tiger and the other guy doesn't, you know what I'm saying, you're dead and he's not, so that's not good for you. I'm just gonna, it's really high level stuff, guys, that we're covering here. The sixth is pleasure. So the desire to feel kinesthetically something. And if you're doing a sales pitch around experiences, this is huge. Like, you will experience a sense of joy and fulfillment and abundance and gratitude and belonging. Who doesn't want that? Pretty difficult to argue against a sales pitch that utilizes these advanced core concepts. And I'm just gonna give you one more. This is the last one, is this desire to be successful. And everybody has their own definition for what success is to them. Some people built that from feedback from colleagues and parents and teachers of, oh, well, you know, knowledge is important, but money is not important. So I'm going to be an academic. And other people, the bold ones, the truly crazy ones, have said, I am going to live life like this because it's the right thing to do, because it's what I want to do. Those are the wild ones. I'm hoping that you watching this video fall in that. Those are the crazy people that change the world. And we need to support those people. And a desire to be successful is your ability or inability to realize that vision that you have for yourself. If you are able to realize that vision, then you are successful. If you're able to apply your personal power within the realm of reality, you are successful. And that is what everybody seeks. The desire to wake up in the morning fulfilled, happy, prosperous, abundant, doing something they love day in, day out. Because then the rest of the life becomes a journey of excitement, a journey to look forward to, a journey to celebrate instead of a journey of fear, anxiety, and scarcity. So step into abundance, guys. Again, today we've covered some advanced sales psychology concepts. If you want a video or specifically around objection handling of, hey, I don't have the money or the time, or I don't trust you, and how to address those things, I will do a separate video on that. Just comment down below and I will knock one out. You guys are going to love that one. I think those of you guys that are more in the beginner to intermediate stage are going to really love that. Those of you guys that are more advanced, hopefully this helps you take that inherent conversation that you're already having with your customer to the next level. It's a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more evolved, a little bit more personal, a little bit more empathic and understanding of the layers that are involved that actually make someone not just take that initial buying decision, but actually to establish that relationship for a long time moving forward with a brand, product, or service. Guys, I appreciate you guys. This has been Mikhail. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you like to see more videos like this, and I will see you in the next.